Have you ever wondered if there are places on Earth you're simply not allowed to visit, no matter who you are? Not even billionaires or presidents can step inside these locations. Some are protected because of deadly secrets. Others are locked away due to danger or mystery. But what makes them so off-limits? From snake-infested islands to hidden vaults and secretive military zones, these places spark curiosity like nothing else. So what's being hidden from us? Stick around as we uncover 12 of the most forbidden places on Earth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay curious till the end. 1. Snake Island, Brazil. An island off Brazil's coast, Ilha da Queimada Grande, is crawling with approximately 4,000 golden lancehead vipers, easily the deadliest serpents known to man. These venomous predators have evolved super potent venom so lethal that it can kill a human within just 1 hour. The density of these snakes is staggering, 1 to 5 vipers per square meter, this 110-acre landmass. The Brazilian government has completely banned public access, making visits strictly illegal for anyone other than authorized scientists. Even those researchers must secure special permits and bring licensed medical doctors along for emergency support. These snakes didn't evolve randomly. Their venom developed specifically to take down migratory birds mid-flight before they can escape. Their venom doesn't just end lives. It dissolves tissue and causes rapid organ failure. The island's government-enforced restrictions serve a dual purpose: to safeguard human life and to preserve this terrifyingly unique ecosystem. The golden lancehead is a product of isolated evolution. Nature fine-tuned these snakes into the ultimate predators. Only essential scientific missions are granted access, and every visit is tightly regulated by Brazilian authorities. With its deadly concentration of serpents, this 43-hectare island remains one of the most dangerous natural locations on Earth. A place so lethal that even the bravest explorers are legally barred from setting foot there. 2. Area 51, Nevada. Here's something that'll blow your mind. The United States government didn't even admit Area 51 existed until 2013. For decades, this place was treated like a myth, a ghost story whispered about in conspiracy circles, until CIA documents finally confirmed it was real. An ultra-classified military testing facility buried deep in Nevada's desert. And who could forget the 2019 Storm Area 51 event? Over 2 million people clicked going. But when the day came, only a handful actually showed up and were quickly met by federal agents. This place is no joke. We're talking heavily restricted airspace, elite armed security, and top-tier clearance just to get close. Everything around the facility is designed to block outsiders, with motion detectors, surveillance systems, and rapid response teams monitoring every inch of the surrounding desert. But what's inside is where the real mystery lies. Area 51 is believed to be where the U.S. develops its most advanced aircraft and weapons systems. Technologies so classified, they're hidden not just from the public, but from foreign intelligence agencies as well. It's this extreme secrecy that fuels endless rumors about UFOs and alien tech being reverse engineered behind those barbed wire fences. And while the government stays silent, that silence only adds to the intrigue. No-fly zones, intimidating warning signs, and a strict shoot-on-sight policy for intruders have made it the most infamous no-go zone on Earth. Whatever they're developing in those hangars could be the future of flight or something far beyond our imagination. And the layers of government protection surrounding Area 51 prove one thing: whatever's going on in there is far too important to risk exposure. 3. Lascaux Caves, France. Get ready for a heartbreaking story hidden beneath the hills of France. The Lascaux Caves, discovered in 1940, hold what many consider humanity's first art gallery. Astonishing Paleolithic paintings that are around 17,300 years old. These ancient masterpieces depict cattle, stags, bison, and horses with a level of detail and vibrancy that still stuns experts today. Created during the Upper Paleolithic period, the artwork stands as one of the earliest and most impressive examples of human creativity. But after opening to tourists in 1948, tragedy struck. By 1963, the French government was forced to close the caves permanently. Why? Human visitors unknowingly brought destruction. Artificial lighting, carbon dioxide from breathing, and microscopic organisms began to damage the cave walls rapidly. Algae growth and fading pigments started erasing millennia-old paintings that had miraculously survived ice ages and natural disasters. The damage was so severe and sudden that preservation experts had to act fast. Today, the original caves are strictly off-limits, accessible only to select conservation specialists who monitor the site's condition to prevent further loss. In their place, the French government has created a near-perfect replica caves nearby, allowing the public to appreciate the breathtaking art without endangering it. These replicas offer a glimpse into a time when early humans used natural pigments to create enduring art, proof of a culture far more sophisticated than we often imagine. The original Lascaux remains locked away forever, a silent but powerful reminder of what we risk losing when curiosity overrides preservation. 4. North Sentinel Island, India. North Sentinel Island, part of India's Andaman chain, is one of the most mysterious and forbidden places on Earth. Home to the Sentinelese tribe for over 50,000 years, the island remains strictly off-limits under Indian government protection. What makes this place so fascinating and terrifying is how fiercely the tribe defends its isolation. They don't just avoid contact, they actively repel outsiders with deadly force. In 2018, this was tragically demonstrated when an American missionary was killed after attempting unauthorized contact. The Indian government enforces an exclusion zone around the island, not just to protect the Sentinelese, but also to safeguard outsiders from harm. The tribe represents one of the last truly uncontacted civilizations on the planet, living exactly as their ancestors did thousands of years ago. They hunt, fish, and make tools using ancient techniques passed down through countless generations, without any influence from the modern world. Strict protection helps preserve their unique culture and shields them from diseases that have devastated other indigenous populations upon contact. Over the years, every attempt, whether by British colonists or modern researchers, to connect with the Sentinelese has failed. They've fought off outsiders with remarkable resolve, preserving their way of life in complete isolation. North Sentinel Island stands as a living Stone Age museum, untouched by time or technology. It's a powerful reminder of humanity's diverse paths and of the need to respect those who choose to remain separate from modern civilization. 5. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. Deep beneath the icy Arctic island of Spitsbergen in Norway lies the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, often referred to as the Doomsday Vault, a silent sentinel of humanity's future. This 11,000 square foot underground facility stores over 1 million seed samples from around the world, serving as a backup for global agriculture in the face of war, climate disasters, or pandemics. It's no science fiction. This real-world lifeline is designed to endure nuclear attacks, earthquakes, and rising sea levels. Inside, seeds are sealed in airtight packets and kept at freezing temperatures, preserved by natural permafrost and reinforced rock, ensuring they stay viable for thousands of years without needing external power. From tropical bananas to Arctic grains, the vault protects global crop diversity in one of the most geologically stable places on Earth. But access isn't open to everyone. Only approved scientists and government agencies can enter under strict protocols. Built by the Norwegian government, it stands as a powerful symbol of foresight, a literal Noah's Ark for seeds. While the world above may be threatened by environmental collapse or conflict, the vault remains untouched, a last resort to help humanity restore its food systems if everything else fails. 6. Ise Grand Shrine, Japan. In the heart of Japan lies a sacred marvel that redefines dedication to tradition, the Ise Grand Shrine. This 2,000-year-old Shinto complex is completely rebuilt every 20 years, at an astonishing cost of $500 million. But it's not just about the money. This reconstruction preserves ancient craftsmanship and spiritual heritage like nothing else on Earth. The shrine consists of two main parts, Naiku and Geiku. Both are strictly off-limits to the public, accessible only to the highest-ranking Shinto priests and members of the Japanese imperial family. They perform age-old rituals deep within the inner sanctum, a space believed to house the sacred mirror Yata no Kagami, symbolizing truth and linked to the sun goddess Amaterasu. The entire structure is built in the Shinmei-zukuri architectural style, using traditional techniques passed down for generations. Every 20 years, master craftsmen recreate the shrine without using nails, relying solely on wooden joints and hand-carved details that follow thousand-year-old patterns. This ritual of rebuilding ensures that Japan's sacred knowledge lives on, not just through books, but through practice. Although tourists can admire the elegant exterior, the inner sanctum remains permanently closed to maintain its spiritual purity. The Japanese government continues this sacred cycle to preserve the nation's identity and its deep connection to divine worship, making the Ise Shrine a powerful symbol of cultural continuity and reverence across centuries. 7. Vatican Secret Archives. Talk about classified that could rewrite history. The Vatican Apostolic Archive, established in 1612, contains centuries of hidden knowledge. It holds personal records of every pope, from letters and papal bulls to confidential files that could shake the very foundation of what we know about religion, politics, and medieval power. For hundreds of years, this treasure trove was entirely sealed off from the public, only slightly opened in 1881. Even today, it remains shrouded in control and secrecy. Only accredited scholars can enter, and even they must request exactly what they want. Random browsing is not allowed. Access is limited to just 5 specific documents per day, and applicants must provide formal academic credentials and detailed research intentions. But this isn't just a dusty old library. It's a vault of world-altering revelations. Inside are secret communications between popes and monarchs, records from pivotal events like Galileo's trial, and financial files that expose the Vatican's far-reaching influence across Europe. Hidden among these are encrypted messages and diplomatic exchanges that could reveal the Church's behind-the-scenes role in global politics. Gaining access involves a slow and meticulous process, months of paperwork, strict screening, and Vatican approval of each research proposal. This intense gatekeeping isn't just about privacy, it's about power. The Church fiercely protects these records to maintain religious authority and shape how its history is remembered. 8. Uluru, Australia. In October 2019, after years of tireless advocacy, the Australian government permanently banned climbing Uluru, a 348-meter sandstone monolith deeply sacred to the Anangu people, its traditional custodians. For more than 50,000 years, Uluru has held profound cultural and spiritual meaning, representing ancestral connections that define Aboriginal identity. The climbing ban marked a historic moment of justice, finally giving legal protection to a sacred site long disrespected by tourists who treated it as a mere recreational challenge. For the Anangu, this was more than a policy change. It was a recognition of their voice, heritage, and the sacredness that had been ignored for generations. Uluru is not just a geological marvel. In Aboriginal belief, it is a living ancestor. For decades, the Anangu pleaded for visitors to respect their spiritual values rather than defile them. Many tourists who removed pieces of the rock later returned them, claiming misfortune, a phenomenon now known as the Cursed Sari Rocks, reinforcing the site's mystical energy. Today, while climbing is banned, people can still respectfully walk around Uluru, learning from its stories and beauty. The government now stands alongside indigenous practices, and the Anangu continue to protect the site through cultural rituals. This ban isn't just a rule, it's a powerful step toward honoring indigenous legacy and healing historical wounds. 9. Surtsey Island, Iceland. Here's something straight out of a science textbook that's happening in real life. Surtsey, a volcanic island born from an undersea eruption in the 1960s, quickly became one of Earth's most pristine natural laboratories. Located off the coast of Iceland, it's a rare, untouched environment where scientists can study how ecosystems develop from scratch without any human interference. The Icelandic government takes this mission so seriously that access is restricted only to researchers, completely banning tourists. Over time, nature has slowly colonized Surtsey. More than 89 bird species, as well as molds, fungi, and a variety of plants, have made their way to the island via wind, ocean currents, and wildlife. Each arrival is a crucial data point, carefully documented by scientists. The island's most bizarre resident, a tomato plant that hilariously sprouted from human waste left by a researcher, later becoming a quirky part of Icelandic folklore. To this day, the phrase "playing chess with the Pope" is used humorously to reference bathroom visits, all thanks to that tomato plant. What makes Surtsey so valuable isn't just its origin, but what it teaches us about evolution, migration patterns, and conservation. Every inch of the island, from soil formation to the tiniest plant, is under close scientific observation. It's truly one of science's most important natural experiments, offering an unspoiled glimpse into how life begins, spreads, and adapts on brand new land. 10. North Brother Island, New York. In the late 19th century, a small island in New York's East River became home to one of America's most chilling medical stories.
North Brother Island was once the site of Riverside Hospital.
Known as North Brother Island, it operated as a quarantine hospital for patients with highly contagious diseases. Among its most infamous residents was Mary Mallon.
Mallon as the disease carrier and quarantined her on North Brother Island,
better known as Typhoid Mary, the country's first documented asymptomatic carrier of typhoid fever. Despite multiple warnings, she returned to work as a cook, unknowingly infecting dozens. Authorities ultimately confined her to this island for 23 years, where she remained until she died in 1938. Her story remains a landmark case in public health, raising ethical debates that still resonate today. Now closed to the public, the island serves as a protected bird sanctuary where access is strictly controlled. Over time, nature reclaimed the land, wrapping ivy and forest over the hospital ruins that once witnessed human suffering. The site also briefly functioned as a rehabilitation center for drug addicts before being permanently abandoned. Today, only researchers with official permits may enter, drawn by its rare ecological significance and haunting past. North Brother Island stands not only as a sanctuary for wildlife, but also as a silent archive of the ways humanity once confronted deadly outbreaks, isolating the sick in the hope of saving the many. 11th, Poveglia Island, Italy. Brace yourself for a chilling story. This abandoned Venetian island holds the remains of over 160,000 people who perished during plague quarantines between 1793 and 1814. Roughly 50% of its soil contains human ash and bone, the result of mass burials and cremations during repeated outbreaks. It served as a bubonic plague station, where suspected victims were confined until they died, often in total isolation. After this grim chapter, the Italian government allowed a mental hospital to operate there until the 1920s, bringing even more tragedy through cruel and outdated psychiatric practices. Today, this eerie island is mostly closed to the public, except for occasional ghost hunters brave enough to explore one of the world's most haunted places. Italian authorities have restricted access due to serious structural hazards and to preserve the sanctity of the massive burial ground beneath its surface. Human ash and bones still rise to the top after heavy rains, a haunting reminder of what lies just below. Visitors walk, if permitted, on land soaked in centuries of suffering, fire, and death. The island's eerie reputation stems not from folklore, but from the desperate cries of plague victims who faced their end in horror and isolation. The mental asylum that followed added to its darkness with whispers of inhumane experiments, reinforcing its legend among paranormal investigators and residents who speak of unnatural energy that still lingers across the island's 17-acre haunted landscape. 12th, Heard Island, Australia. Far out in the southern Indian Ocean, about 2,500 miles southwest of Australia, lies one of the most remote and hostile places on Earth. Towering over the landscape is Big Ben, an active volcano rising more than 9,000 feet, making it Australia's third tallest peak and part of one of the planet's most inaccessible volcanic systems. The weather here is brutal. Relentless cold rain and winds reaching up to 200 kilometers per hour make human survival nearly impossible. These subantarctic islands are protected by the Australian government to preserve their untouched ecosystems, where no human-introduced species exist. Massive colonies of seals and seabirds thrive, and 4 penguin species nest here, undisturbed in this rare sanctuary. The raw volcanic power has shaped a dramatic terrain of glaciers, lava flows, and rare geological wonders, offering scientists valuable insights into Earth's natural processes and the effects of climate change. Strict access regulations prevent contamination and protect anyone daring enough to approach from the deadly weather that can shift without warning and stay dangerous for months. Reaching these islands takes a 2-week sea journey from Australia, with little hope of rescue during severe storms. It remains one of the few places where nature evolves undisturbed, a fiercely wild and scientifically vital environment unlike anywhere else on the planet. Let's wrap up this mysterious journey. These 12 hidden places around the world are off limits for reasons that still leave us wondering. Are they protecting us or hiding something undisclosed? Some spots are lethal, some sacred, and others just plain strange. If you had the chance to unlock just one of them, which would you choose and why? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this video made you curious about the unknown, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing content every week.